This is going to be a unique 3 days of teaching because you'll get to see like 3 different things. I look like a real Auburn fan today, which is great because Auburn basketball is crushing it right now. But instead of just pouring the creamer in there, I put it in a cup and I frosted a little bit so it was a little bit more cold foamy. It was very good. Yay, okay. I'm excited about that. Generally pretty early because I don't know what I'm teaching today. Shh, don't tell anybody. And that's not totally true. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, January the 15th, and my name is Katie. I'm a 3rd grade teacher in the state of Florida, and you guys are here for a few days in my teacher life. Yes, it's Wednesday. Yes, we were in school Monday and Tuesday. No, I did not vlog. That's one of my New Year's goals, is to just make sure that me vlogging in the classroom is not too stressful. And if I feel like I'm a little overwhelmed feeling, then that's the layer that's got to go. I'm not sure why. I had like a new student come on Monday, and so that was probably part of it. And then I don't know, it was just a full week. And so on Monday I was like, I'm just not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it today. And yesterday I had a parent conference in the morning, an IEP meeting during my planning, and then I went to I went home and I read my book, and then I went to the gym. And so I was like, I'm just not going to pick up the camera Monday and Tuesday. Y'all will get the gist if we start the vlog on Wednesday and just do a little Wednesday, Thursday, Friday type of deal. It's basically a week in my life. My nose is running. I need a tissue. Okay, there we go. I remembered another thing about Monday. It was pouring down rain all day. It was very cold, very rainy, and so we were indoor for everything. And so that was another reason I was like, I just need to take a day and ease back into being in the classroom after a nice weekend and all of that stuff. If you were following my last vlog, I was talking about a baby shower. Baby shower went great. It was super fun. We had plenty of food. House looked wonderful. Her friend who came and did the decorations for the shower decorated my whole living room, and it was so cute. So it was very fun, but then it was just a long weekend doing that all day on Saturday, and then Sunday I just rested because I needed it to recover. So that's where we are, picking up today. But this is one of the cups from the baby shower. It was our favor. I still have 2 of them. The rest of them we gave to the mom to be, but it's a nice little plastic cup. I'll see if I can find it on Amazon and link it for you. I'm also dressed cute. I wore a sweatshirt and jeans and rain boots on Monday because it was cold and rainy. And then yesterday we wore our school sweatshirts because we were supposed to have our faculty picture, and then it got canceled. So I've had 2 sweatshirt days in a row. So I wanted to be a little bit nicer today. So I'm wearing a black turtleneck from Lily Silk. I partnered with them. Oh my gosh, this is probably 2 years old now, but it's still nice. And then I'm wearing my dress pants from Halara. Woohoo, and my snake print booties. So I will try to link these Halara pants in the YouTube shop, trying to figure out how that works. So if I can find them, I will link them in the YouTube shop for you guys so you can check them out. They're very lightweight and stretchy and comfortable dress pants, which I like. I'm wearing a size small. I probably could get an extra small in like the waffle fabric one. I need an extra small, but these are small and they fit just fine. But I probably could have been an extra small in them as well. Anyways, so let's go over what we're doing today. This is going to be a unique 3 days of teaching because you'll get to see like 3 different things. So today we're wrapping up our unit on author's purpose. That's why I spent my morning going and taking down yesterday's task cards and putting up today's, because I realized as I came in, I was like, I did not do that yesterday. So we're wrapping up author's purpose with a couple activities. I'll show you the slides in a moment. And then tomorrow we're testing on author's purpose. So we'll actually like take the assessment, and then Friday we're going to do a writing lesson that's going to be a doozy because it's the body paragraphs. Yay! Oh, it's going to be a hard lesson, but it's okay. So it's 3 different things that you'll get to see across the 3 days. So let's talk about today. We're wrapping up author's purpose. We read a bunch of books about author's purpose. We read Pencils on Strike, We Are Here, Turtle Tide, and we've been reading article after text because I told them like the easiest way to practice author's purpose is to read, find the purpose, read, find the purpose, read, find the purpose. We are using author's purpose is as easy as pie, which is persuade, inform, entertain. I know it goes deeper than that, but that's the framework that I'm giving them, especially for some of my friends who struggle a little bit more with comprehension or with decoding, to finish off and say like, okay, what does the P stand for? They're remembering persuade, inform, entertain. So it's a great mnemonic device to help them remember those 3 words, which is the goal. But we're having like real conversations about how some of them can be both. Like we read the story Turtle Tide, and the whole purpose of that story is to inform us about the life cycle essentially of a baby sea turtle from when it's an egg to when it goes back to the ocean, but it's told in an entertaining way. So we talked about how it was a little bit of both. It was mostly to inform, but it was told in an entertaining way with beautiful illustrations and with the sea turtles almost like characters that things were happening to throughout the text, instead of just being like chapter 1, laying eggs, chapter 2, the eggs hatch, or using like text features like you would in an informational text. So we're having some of those richer conversations, but as far as their written response goes, like what I want them to be able to tell me is, are they persuading you? Are they informing you? Are they entertaining you? And what are they persuading or informing you about? So that's kind of where we're going with that. I'll show you today's slides. It's the same thing that we did yesterday, just a different set of texts and task cards, so you can kind of see what we did yesterday and today. But just know that last week, I think I vlogged last week, so if you watched last week's vlog, you already know this, but just know that we did this guided together quite a bit last week, so I did not just drop them off to do author's purpose on their own with these activities. This is like the last 2 days of teaching it. And yeah, okay, so let's look at the slides. All right, I've been using this magical clicker, so we're going to use it to go through the slides today. We start with our agenda every time, so they kind of see what we're doing for the day. We've been working on irregular plural nouns. Oh, this is the same as yesterday, so we'll probably do the last 2 sentences. Yesterday we did the first 2. We talked about how childs is children, tooths is teeth. So today we might do the bottom ones, or I might, yeah, I think that's probably what we'll do. Then we'll go over vocabulary just to review it before our test tomorrow. Then this is where we spent most of our time. So they're going to have 2 tasks. They have a practice passage, and then they have a set of task cards that they're working on to practice the author's purpose. Let's see if you can see the laser pointer. Can you see it? Yeah, so here's the practice passage. Here's the task cards. The practice passage they work on their own at their desk because I really want them to get practice on it by themselves. The task cards, I let them work with a partner. These are both from the 3rd grade guru on Teachers Pay Teachers. I will link them in the description. When they're finished with the task cards, they work on AR. And then after that, and I mean, we probably do this for like 25 minutes or so, because that's a lot of work, the task cards and the passage. It may have even been half an hour yesterday. And then afterwards, we are going over the answers. So they're using a pen or a crayon to grade their work, and we're going over the answers to see how they did, because I want them to get feedback immediately and not just like have to wait until I grade it and see it in their Friday folders. I want them to kind of think through the answers with me, but I don't want to make this boring like we're doing it as a whole class, because we already did that like 2 or 3 times last week. So it was time for them to do some on their own and then get that immediate feedback to see how they did. And that's it. Tomorrow's the progress checkup. So that's how our block is going to go. What I liked about this activity is it wasn't necessarily like a formal like center rotation. Like I'm not telling them when they have to do each activity. I'm letting them choose. Hold please. Sorry, that tripod notch is getting squeaky. I'm letting them choose and decide if they want to do the passage first or the task cards first, which gives them a little autonomy as they move about the room. But it's not like a formal center rotation because I'm like, we're just doing this 2 days. There's no point in like harping over this huge routine to rotate for centers when it's just an activity we're doing for 2 days. But I've been pulling my tier 2 kiddos or kiddos that I think might need some assistance with decoding the text to my table, or ones that I'm watching for author's purpose that I'm like, I just want to make sure they know how to do this because meh. Like we did a partner one on Friday and I graded those, and that's how I made my group. So I was like, okay, if they struggled with the partner one, I'm pulling them in my group to work on these 2 practices so they get extra practice with me. So I have a group of like 5 people at my table and we're doing the passage together, and then I let them go and do the task cards. And it still works out because the people who wanted to like partner with the ones who are at my table started with their passage, and then when their partner was done, they went and did task cards together. So it actually helped like break apart the groups a little bit. So that's kind of what that has been looking like. As far as word study goes, at the very beginning, we're gonna go over long E today. We did long A the last 2 days, AI and AY. And then today we're going to do long E. Had a great time with it yesterday. We made a T chart on our whiteboards and we did AI, AY. I said the word and they had to decide if it was AI or if it was AY. And it was pretty funny because I said the word sleigh and they were all like, sleigh. And I was like, yeah, which one, like which spelling to use? And they thought that was funny. And then I did the word wait. And instead of just saying the word, I did it from whatever that song is that's going around on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. That's like, wait, you know, love me like I love you or something like that. But instead of just saying the word wait, I went, all right, our next word is wait. And the whole class sang the song and they thought it was really funny. So I like to throw in, you know, some moments to be hip and cool in there. So that's all we're doing today. I'm going to spend the rest of my morning probably going over the test and making an answer key so I can share that with my team. I have an IEP meeting during planning, and then after school today, I have a book study meeting. I'll check in with you before that book study meeting because I don't have duty, so I'll have like a few minutes when I come back to my room, and then I'm going to the gym. So that's my day in a nutshell. I'm going to get it started, and I'll check in with you guys this afternoon.
Yeah, some of those will be nice.
All right, we made it to the end of the day. I'm still trying to finish my water. I'm a little bit behind. Okay, I'm further behind on my water than I thought I was. We made it to the end of the day. Today was very 50-50. Like one group, the lesson went really well. The other group, it went really not well. And it was just for factors outside of my control. So that's all we're gonna say about that. But it's done, it's over. Tomorrow we give the test. I also had meetings during planning and stuff. And so it was just kind of a frazzled kind of day. But I have a lot of kids who are very hard workers and are doing their very best. And so I appreciate that. And that's where we're leaving it. So we did our practice passage. We got everything finished. Tomorrow we're gonna take our test on author's purpose. I'm trying to think if there was anything like revolutionary to share with you guys. We started a new read aloud. Well, I'm working on the A to Z mystery and I've been trying to read it to both blocks. I read with my homeroom more because I read with them during snacks, so we have a longer time for it. And I don't usually read chapter books with my block too, but I added that time in to the beginning of the block. And honestly, I might keep this up and like make it like a treat at the end because they love the books. They love it. But it just takes so long to get through stuff with that class. I mean, so long. So I might make it like a treat at the end. Like when we get to the end, we can read and maybe work through another chapter book. And maybe like pick up another chapter book that I know they'd like and read that to them because they seem to really like it. And I feel like that would be a good reward and a good motivator to get things done and maybe talk a little bit less during the lesson if there's the read aloud at the end. And it was just kind of nice to, before I sent them over. So anyways, but we finished A to Z Mystery yesterday with my block 1. And so today we started Tale of Despero, which is my favorite read aloud, favorite. I probably won't do this one with my block 2 though, because it's just long, and so I read a lot of it when we get to snack time, so I'll probably pick something different for them if I read them another book. But we almost finished the A to Z Mystery with block 2. We got all the way to like the last 2 chapters, and so the big reveal is going to be in the chapter for tomorrow, and then I will introduce them to the A to Z Mystery Reading Challenge, and I think they're going to be really excited about it. And there's a lot of kiddos in my block 2 class who have just been like hooked and mesmerized by this chapter book, which makes me like so giddy inside to be able to do that. And at the end of every chapter, like, that was wild. And so I was like, you say that about every chapter, to one of their classmates. And I was like, well, it's a mystery. That's how every chapter is. It's like one thing after another. So that's been really special to get to share that with them. So I have a training this afternoon, a book study this afternoon. We're reading The Book Whisperer. And so we're going to go over chapter 1 with other coworkers who are doing the book study as well. And then I'll come back to my room. I have a gym class tonight at 5:45. And so I brought all my stuff because I was planning to stay late so I could get some things done. So I'm not really going to do, I still have like 20 minutes until this book study starts, so maybe I'll try to reset as much as I can, because then when I'm done with the book study, I could go home before I go to the gym, or if not, I can change here and go to the gym from here, and that's totally fine as well. It's a busy day when there's still coffee in your cup at the end of the day, though. My goodness gracious. So I'm gonna like reset my calendar and the specials and all of that stuff and get ready for this book study. Good morning and happy Thursday. Thank goodness it's Thursday is all I have to say, because that means tomorrow's Friday. I'm really excited for this week to be over. This week has been rough because it's been a full week after having a short week last week. So, man, I am just tired. I'm very tired, but I got 2 more days to make it through this week. All right, the good news about today is it's a testing day. I don't like giving tests. Well, I don't mind classroom assessments. We don't give them like too often. I feel like maybe every 10 days, 9 or 10 days or so. But I don't mind classroom assessments. It's all the other stuff, like all the other bajillions of assessments that like drive me nuts. But sometimes it's nice to just have a testing day and to be like, okay, they're gonna sit and they're gonna work on this test. Now, we're gonna probably feel a different way later when I have to grade these tests and see how they did, but it'll be nice to just give directions, let them work, turn on some chill music while they're working. I think that'll be really nice for my brain. And then to get to some social studies, because we're very behind on social studies with both of my blocks this morning. I'm really glad I made copies before I left yesterday because I snoozed my alarm today, ended up curling my hair. I was gonna try to straighten it, but I have this new like curling tool. You've probably seen it in like B-roll footage in my last few vlogs. And it doesn't really straighten well. It's the like Lange, L-A-N-G-E, I think is how you say it. And it curls so nice. It's so easy to use as like a straightener to curl, but I tried to straighten this morning and it just doesn't have enough clamp to get it as straight as I like. And so I was like, I did like 2 or 3 pieces and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna curl it. So that ended up taking a while, but it's fine because it'll last for 3 or 4 days. But I snoozed my alarm before all of that happened too. And then I made a fancy coffee because I was like, well, it's a testing day, so I can take a glass cup and I don't have to worry about like chugging my coffee before the kids get here while they're testing. I can just have it over here at the table with me and slowly sip on my coffee. And then that ended up taking a while. I was using David's mocha pot and I haven't been able to figure out, like, I need to get the top screwed onto the bottom better so it doesn't come out of the sides and it just comes out of the top. But I thought I screwed it on really tight today and it still started coming out of the sides. So there's that, and I was running late. Bless David, because I was like, I'm leaving the mocha pot. Can you clean it before you go to work? And he's like, yeah, I can do that. So thank goodness for that. I'm about to taste it, so here's hoping it tastes good. Okay, yeah, it's really good. I did a little bit of brown sugar at the bottom of the cup. Then I poured probably like 2 shots of espresso over it, mixed it real good. Then I iced it and did milk. And then I have the Chobani like caramel macchiato creamer, but instead of just pouring the creamer in there, I put it in a cup and I frosted a little bit so it was a little bit more cold foamy. It's very good. Yeah, yay, okay. I'm excited about that. Even though I made it like a mess in the kitchen. I was like, I'm so sorry, Dave. And I think like just a minute ago, I was looking at my hands and I had like espresso on my hands. I was like, whatever. So that's where we're at with today. I'm going to take out the test, look through it, see what kinds of things I want to remind students on direction-wise before we take the test. And then I need to look at what I'm doing for social studies. And then I also need to start looking at my writing lesson that I'm doing tomorrow. I usually we use Top Score Writing, and they have like writing lessons in videos. And so I usually like to watch the video of the like Top Score Writing lady teaching the video lesson before I teach the lesson, just so I'm like, I can watch somebody teach it. And then I put my own spin on it because we use like writer's journals and we've got highlighters and stuff that we're going to try to use. But it's good to watch and see how she uses the slides before I try to go and teach it. So I think I'll listen to that this morning as well while my coworkers are still trickling in. Let me show you my outfit for today because it's kind of cute and wintry. This was another reason I was really late, is I couldn't decide what to wear. I was gonna wear a cream jacket, but it was kind of wrinkly. So I'm wearing black jeans. Sorry that the mirror is a mess. I'm wearing some new black booties. I'll link those in the description box. I was actually gifted them by the brand and I love them so much. I'll link them, but they are pricey, just be warned. I'm wearing this turtleneck from Old Navy, and the plan was just to wear the turtleneck with the jeans. And then I was like, well, instead of wearing my coat, I'll just throw on my orange and blue jacket. So I look like a real Auburn fan today, which is great because Auburn basketball is crushing it right now. So we'll just say that this outfit was in honor of Auburn basketball. But there's my outfit of the day. All right, I am currently in the car waiting for my bar class to start at 4:30. I am going to work through the second chapter of the book I'm reading for my book study for professional development called The Book Whisperer, Awakening the Inner Reader in Every Child by Donna Lynn Miller. So we're on chapter 2, will be what we go over next week. So I think I've already read the first 2 chapters over the break. I started reading it. I'm pretty sure I got through chapter 2, but I'm going to have to read it again and like think about some of the things that we're discussing with the book study group. So I was like, Our school is like close to to a middle school. And so if I wait too long to leave, I get stuck in middle school traffic. And so the 4:30 like class time for this bar class, it's like if I wait too long, it takes me forever to get out and I'm fighting all the middle school parents. But if I leave too early, then I'm here before my class. So I was like, why not just leave early and bring my book? Actually, it's kind of nice and relaxing to just sit in a quiet car. The test went pretty well as far as I've seen so far. I'm going to finish grading the rest of them tomorrow morning. We met with our ELA team today. I introduced the A to Z Mystery Author Challenge and the kids were eating it up. The number of kids who checked out a chapter book from the media center today, from the library, insane. they were so excited. And then my coworker next door had a bucket with a lot, like pretty much every A to Z mystery book. And so I let my Block 2 class check some of those out because my Block 1 definitely got to go to the media center and kind of ransack them first. So I let Block 2 like ransack that bucket first. Let me try to fix the lighting there. There we go. So, and when they finished their test today, I mean, every kid in my class was reading an A to Z mystery book, just about. But they're chapter books and they're 3rd grade level and they're so excited for it. So now I've got to think about what I want my mystery surprise to be. I have some ideas for what I'm going to do. I know I have some students who watch this video too, so I'm not going to say anything until it's time and until they've met the challenge. But I'm really excited and I'm glad that they're into it, and it was so exciting to just see ready readers in the classroom today. So that was the highlight of the day. Other than that, it was a little bit up and down. I had some good moments and I had some really, really bad and low moments, and that's just how this Thursday went. But tomorrow is Friday, so I'm gonna crush my bar class, read a little bit of my book while I wait, and just kind of relax and enjoy sitting in a quiet car, decompressing, then moving my body. I'm very sore from last night, and then I'll go home and David and I will have to figure out what's for dinner, and I have lots of laundry and dishes to do. But for now, quiet reading in the car, and I could not be more excited. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm gonna come up here and get my board turned on. Let me grab my keyboard. Okay. It is Friday morning. All right, it's currently Friday morning and I am here early. I'm always here early though, especially this week because I've been leaving later in the afternoons. But I made sure, I did snooze the alarm once, but I made sure that I was here generally pretty early because I don't know what I'm teaching today. Shh, don't tell anybody. And that's not totally true. I know I'm teaching lesson 8 of top score writing, which is body paragraph writing. I just have looked at it. I looked at it in December and then I didn't look at it again. And then I looked at it again a little bit yesterday, but the speakers on my computer weren't working. So I couldn't listen to the digital lesson to kind of get an idea for how I want to teach it. I couldn't listen to that as much as I had wanted to. So anyways, it was a whole ordeal yesterday, but I think the speakers are fixed today, which is good. So today, this morning, I need to print out some work for a student, and then I also need to look at this writing lesson and figure out exactly how I want to teach it, because this writing curriculum is no joke, y'all. It's complicated. The goal is to have students in 3rd grade writing a 5-paragraph essay by the end of the year, and we've been slowly working our way through it. But according to the 4th grade team that I've talked to earlier this week about it, they were like, that's fine. If you're working on that goal and you get through that, yay. So that at least made me feel a lot better, because they were like, oh yeah, you're on the right track. And if you get them writing paragraphs with like 5 sentences or even 3 sentences, we can work with that next year. I'm like, okay, great. Because we spent the whole first semester working on the planning process and writing introduction paragraphs. Holy moly. But this curriculum is like in deep, deep detail. So that's good. It's just a lot. It's a lot. I need to change the posters that are up here, take down my informational and put my writing posters up, because it's been a while since we've done the writing posters. We might want to like review the writing process. Then I'm going to listen to that lesson, print off little strips for our writer's notebooks for the prompt that we're going to use today, because we're going to plan an outline together, write an introduction together, because I know they know how to do it, but the point isn't for them to do those independently today. So we're going to kind of do it step by step together to get a strong start. And then we will go step by step through like the body paragraph. They're going to watch me do the body paragraph first, then we'll do that whole process. So I need to print out our little what's that called? Our prompts that we glue at the top of our writer's notebook page. I got a wonderful coffee this morning. David got up and actually made it for me, which was very nice. And I wrapped my like glass cup in a Java sock that I got from a student for Christmas. It's actually a perfect fit, but it's nice because it was easy to carry in and I didn't feel like I was gonna drop it. So yeah, that's what we're doing this morning. I also have tests that I need to finish grading from yesterday. I only graded 1 set of tests, so I have the whole other set. But that's okay. And I need to get some stuff out because I have a 5th grade helper who comes in the mornings on Fridays, and I need to make sure I know what I'm going to have her help with. And yeah, that's a lot of things to do on a Friday morning, which is why I'm here and why I'm talking a million miles an hour. So let's get started with all of those things, so my Friday goes off without a hitch. Did it. We made it to Friday afternoon. I'm so excited, and I'm still here, and it is, what time is it? It is 4:30. I'm ready to go home. I'm taking papers home to grade. I usually don't do that, but I am this weekend because we're off on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So I'm like, I will have time to sit, and it's gonna be rainy all weekend. So I'm like, I'll have time to sit and just grade some papers and take them home. I graded a lot. I did our word study grading, and I did grade the test. The only thing I haven't done is go and like check off which standards and benchmarks. Like if they got the question right, we give them a check towards that standard or benchmark on our benchmark mastery tracking sheets. And so I haven't done that part of the test yet. So I will be doing that over the weekend. I'm taking those 2 things home. But other things on my list that I did, I finished all of their Friday folders, got those sent home. So thank goodness for that because they're home. I got set up for our new novel study that we're starting on Tuesday for Charlotte's Web. So I put an anchor chart up there. I hung my Charlotte spider, all of those fun things. I finished all the test grades, just haven't finished the tracking. I graded all of their word study quizzes and put those in. And it was actually really easy because a lot of them got hundreds. Whoop, whoop, that was exciting. And then so I'm taking home homework to grade and the standards tracking. I've reset my whiteboard for the Monday, like for Monday or Tuesday, I guess, changed my helpers, changed my special area, all of those fun things. So I'm about to head out and go home. I hope you enjoyed this video. David's making fried rice and orange chicken at home, so I'm ready to get home, have some dinner, and then we're going to hang out with some friends this evening. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. As always, if there's anything you're interested in seeing or learning more about, please comment that on this video because it helps me know what you guys want to see and what you want me to film. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.